Hey guys, welcome techies and scientists. I figure I'll just drop in, do a quick pop in for a New York closed session. Okay? Let me know if you can hear me clearly, loudly, soundly. Yeah, I won't be here for a long time. Just like a quick doctor visit. Quick coming in, quick checking in, and that's about it. Alrighty, so what do we have going on here? So it's been trading sideways mostly for most of yesterday during London session, and like around midnight it kind of like dropped lower, went back up like to around 4:50 a.m. and then it reversed again, drop even lower, and then right at 9 a.m. it just shoot right up. So I participated in a little bit of that. Didn't take a lot of trade, but I participated a little bit. As you can see, there are other spots as well where I participated in. And I would say since around lunch, like around 11:30, 11:05 or 11:05, 11:30, it's been just slowly grinding. So I participated in some of them, but it's been very difficult to get to these levels. Um, I mean, I did grab some of this on the micro, and this one I'm trading with full mini right now. So yeah, I'm getting all kind of notification here. Every time I think I have this whole situation figured out, apparently it doesn't seem like it's working. Let me see. Just skip frame, not too bad. Again, I'm using another tool called Streamlab. It's not. It's a little bit more complicated to use compared to StreamYard. Okay, where we at? So right now I'm trying to see like around 350. Are we going to anticipate price going lower, or are we going to send extension to go higher? From what I'm seeing, it seems like it might pull a little bit lower. I have to wait and see. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, I'm probably not expecting a whole lot of people to show up today. See that rapid price going up. It's usually an indication that it's retracing higher to go lower. So I'm looking at both um, S&P and Nasdaq to see if there are any cracking correlation. I don't see anything yet. Yeah, that needs to catch my attention. I need to make sure that my sound is working. So let me do a quick sound check. So yeah, I'll be coming back tomorrow for some live stream or live stream. I will regularly live stream tomorrow. Don't worry, I just wanted to pop in here and see what are you guys up to. Yep, so we got sound. I was just checking on the sound real quick. Alrighty. So I think, in my opinion, this will be continuing much higher, because we have all these relative equal highs. Uh-oh. Can I hear echo here? But I don't know if it's going to reach that level. I think 2600. I mean 26,000. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. 26,051. It's not gonna reach that today. It's probably too late for that. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. Not even tomorrow. Thinking maybe Thursday or Friday. It may get there. So I have to wait and see. Yeah, so last week there's been some good trading last week, to be honest with you. So last week I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. It was nice. I mean, it was nice and smooth. It's more like cutting a knife to a butter. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Maybe that's a little too much. And, oh yeah, there you go. Oh man, look at that. Like I believe that one was Thursday. Let me open my chat box. There you go. So yeah, that was the 11. Hold on, what was the 11? Nah, that was not the 11. That was 12, 11. Guess it was. Anyway, so it was like right after the Fed rate cuts. So we had some good, nice price action, a lot of nice back and forth. Now, if we're gonna talk about easy trading, this is what I'm talking about. This is nice and smooth. Like this is very easy. Like you see, there's so many spaces. You got all this gap. So we have. Let me make sure I make it bigger. That's what she said. All right, let me make it a little bit wider so you can see what I'm talking about on the closer look. I mean, I could have swear that was not 12:11. Let me check. 12:11 feels like a while ago. Yeah, I guess it was. It was on the 11. Huh. All right, so yeah, on the 11, um, this is what I'm talking about. Very nice, smooth trading. See this space here? There's so many of them. So we got that part right here, very nice and smooth. And then if I can grab that, and then I paste it on top. Oh, we're getting close to 11 to 20 to 350. So you see, oh, there's nice little space. So there was no wicks, no back and forth. It was nice and smooth. Get to the relative equal high and then just drop. It wasn't any back and forth, none of that. It was smooth and easy. Now this is what I call the easy trading day. Just quick, all these gaps, very nice gaps. Okay, so compared to what we got right now, not so easy. It's a lot of chop. You know what I mean? It's a lot of wicks. It's a lot of whipsaw. It's a lot of back and forth. Yeah, you don't quite
Order
know
submitted.
what it's going to do. I mean, this one is not as bad, but it's just not the same. You don't know exactly where it's going. I mean, every now and then you may have some good, nice runs, but look at this area right here. Not very friendly. You know what I mean? So, if you don't believe me when I say between that 10 minutes before the hour and 10 minutes after, this is the part where you need to be able to get in and participate in the trade. This is what I wanted to show you. Like this one right here, say 1551, but it's actually 1550. This happened every hour, but every night sometimes you don't see it, but it's 10 minutes before the hour, meaning 10 minutes before 9:30, 10 minutes before 8:30, 10 minutes before 10, 10 minutes before 11, 10 minutes before 11:30. Okay, so 10 minutes before 1:30, like 10 minutes before it's time, you always see a big spike like this. Sometimes you don't notice it, sometimes you don't, but it's there. It's there at all time. Also, at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Every day, there's usually a spike. It's usually not as much, but there's a big little spike, just like this one. Okay, so kind of like wanted to show
Order
you,
filled.
that this phenomenon happen more often than you think. If you go back into your data,
Order submitted.
you will notice that happens more often than not. Yeah. So I put my buy order here. So I'm anticipating price. Let me see. I'm hearing sound. I'm anticipating price to go back up again. So what happened is if it breaks below this, it may end up accelerating to go much lower, but I do not anticipate that. So let's see if I can grab a partial here right at this relative equal high over there. Come on. Okay. So we may end up getting a little bit more acceleration on the downside. See all that hesitation to me is telling me, okay, I think I'm tired of going up. I think it's time to go a little bit lower. So that's what this is telling me right now. But sometimes you may get surprised. You may go back up even some more.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm getting my partial here because I'm just mitigating my risk right now at this point because I'm not comfortable with all that hesitancy. So what I was expecting to see is for price to reach this in this level here and then resume higher, but it is not giving me that. So I think what I may end up doing is cut my losses, or I may have to reverse. But I don't like reversing as much. Um, yeah, let me cut bait. Yeah, don't be ashamed,
Target
guys.
filled.
Don't be ashamed, guys. If you're not comfortable with things that happen, see, this is what I was expecting to see. Unfortunately, I wanted to cut bait. It took too long, and then this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's difficult trading. Like I mentioned earlier, if you rewind it literally a minute ago, I said I was anticipating price to drop here, and then to go back up. So it actually ended up going back up, but it went a lot lower than I wanted to. And then because it was taking too much time, I'm like, you know what? Let me cut bait and then let me just get out early. So I grab my partial here and it resumed a lot later than anticipated. Yeah, I don't waste time trying to get out of a trade. if if I feel like the trade is terrible and it's dancing around, it's not giving me what I want to cut out. I want to cut bait as early as possible. And you're gonna, if you trade long enough, you're always gonna come across that. Okay, so you're always gonna come across that the trade is not panning out the way that you want. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of notification here on my stream lab that is dragging. Man, are you serious, man? Yeah, I mean, I can. It seems like I can hear myself. Anyway, yeah, I have to pay a lot of attention to a lot of buttons here. So yeah, so it seems like kind of cut me out a little bit early, and I'm okay with that. I did not come out with a loss. At the end of the day, the more you deal with this, the more you're gonna figure out your own way to trade around, difficult trading conditions. And so compared to what I was showing you earlier, on what happened on December 11th. So take a look at this particular area real quick. You see? I want you to take a good look at it. Look at this area right here. And if you try to compare it to, let's just say, let me kind of slide over. Let's compare it to this area right here. Okay, see the difference? Do you see the difference? Yeah, there's quite a bit of hesitancy here, but once you take off, it takes off. There's not that many wicks. It's nice and smooth. It gets to it gets to its destination pretty quickly. Now, I'll say one thing: if you're on the wrong side, you're on the wrong side very quickly. Like, let's say for example, you get to this level here around 25,194, and then you went short. I mean, it runs against you fast. But if you're on the right side, I mean, it's we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in just like about 6 minutes. It travel what from 25,197. Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, it travels like 100 points in 6 minutes. Isn't that what you want? That's what I want. That's what I want at all time, all the time. Like, travel quick, fast to the destination, very little hesitancy, no wicks, no whipsaw, no back and forth. It's just straight up one direction. I love that day. And as you can see, my annotations here. Oh, this is something I wanted you to see too. Yeah, I use a different contract. So I think I went short here. I added some here, and I grab a couple partials along the way. I grab a partial here, and and I think I closed the trade like right around there. Yep, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I remember I went short, and that's a nasty. That's nasty. All that is nasty. Okay, now let's go back to what's going on today. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here for long, guys. I'm gonna be here for like 30 minutes, and then I'm just gonna drop off. See, look at that. Look at this. Yep, market close now. I heard the ring, the bell in my ears. Yeah, and then this shenanigan here is gonna continue all the way until 4:14 p.m. Then after 4:20, um, it's just gonna die off. Okay. Alrighty. So market close. Yeah, so the bell ring, you just hear the bell rung, but it rung like literally 30 seconds ago in my ears. So, would I trade this right now? Nah, I'm good. I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade that at all. I mean, it's a lot of whipsaws, a lot of back and forth. I mean, you can take a chance and go long from here, but mm-mm, I'm good. I'm well good. Alright, so let's take this one down to 50 minutes to see why did it get in this level and why is it returning from here. Yeah, these are some annotations. Okay. Oh, come on, man. It gets a little too wild. Alright, so the next high is going to reach is 25,859. So this is the next high is going to aim for. As you can see, Yep, went up and dropped down lower, and now it's keep going up, and then there's a gap up, and I believe half of that gap was filled in, leaving the remainder of that gap open, and it keeps on trading. So this is another sign that the market is bullish. It gaps up, and then the gap is not completely filled. So this is a sign that the market is bullish. Now you may be like, okay, what are you talking about, dude? I can't see it. All right, let me make sure that you can see it. And I use the green background. I kind of change the colors. Green for the greenback. Green for the greenback. Green for the greenback. Alright, so this is the gap that I'm talking about. I mean, without even like checking on it, I know this is a Sunday open. Okay, looks like it just skipped some frame again. Okay, so this is a 15 minutes. So we have the body on the 15 minutes candle at the half of that gap. Okay, relatively close to the gap, and then kind of like leave that small portion open. I'm gonna highlight the portion that remain open. Okay, you got this small portion here, right here, that remain open, and yep. So you got the market open, and it resume higher. And if there were any doubts in your mind that the market is bullish, I mean, right at 9:30, I saw it when it opened. I had my trade right there at the bottom, and then it trade straight up. And not only that, when the market traded, it traded straight up, and it closed above this high here. Boom. And but did it keep going higher? No. So you went drop back lower into this bullish order block right here, half of it. Okay. Now I did not participate again in that trade because it was going down so aggressively, in my opinion, and I was like, you went kind of too low, and so I wasn't. Yeah, I was being leery of it, and then it went back higher because sometimes in your analysis you may be like, oh, okay, it's strongly bullish, and then he may disappoint you and then close the gap and go much lower. So I did not want to give back all my profit, so I just stay out of it for a little bit, and then I came here participate. I was just what you call that, do a lot of multi trading here, so I was just going in and out, in and out, in and out. So I just wanted to test a few things and see what's going on. So it's a lot of back and forth here, and then remember this trade I just took. So I went long here, and because he kind of went below the relative equal low here, and then it was spending too much time, too much back and forth. I said, let me mitigate my trade. Okay, so this is what happened here, and I did some of that over there too, but there was definitely here. So let me go back to, let me take it up to 1 hour. Then I'm gonna go to the daily, then drop back to 1 minute, and then share the economic calendar, and then after that I'm probably gonna close this live session here. Alrighty, what do we have? Again, we're gunning for this relative equal high here. So if you try to participate in this trade, even though we're going long, the Asian session that starts at 6 p.m. all the way to around 11 midnight, the Asian session tend to trade back into the AM New York session. So take that for what it is. Doesn't mean it happens all the time. That's another gem I'm just dropping right now. If you go back, you will always see that the Asian session tends to trade into the AM session, and I will show you in the 1 minute what that means. So this is that 60 minutes. So let me take it up to the daily. Oh man, look at this graph. How can you see through all of that? I can see fine. I'm used to it. Yeah, if I have the chart, if I don't have all of this, I always ask myself, what am I doing? Yeah, so this is the daily. Uh, oh goodness grief. So this is the daily right now. So drop, drop again. So it's aiming for this relative equal highs over here, 26,049. And trust me, when it's gonna get close to this, it's gonna accelerate really fast. Just like you saw this morning at the 9:30 open, you're gonna see something very similar to that. If you do not see something similar to what we see today on December 23rd at 9:30 a.m., if you don't see anything similar to this, what it's going to do is just gonna get there very lazily, get there, and then it's going to drop down lower again. Now, doesn't mean it's gonna go lower. It's just going to retrace a lot lower. Okay. And then again, I'll say take a look at the target 26,053.75. I think that's the target. That's the lowest target. But if you wanna be ambitious, I'll say 26,141. 26,141 is it. So let me drop down to the 1 minute, and then I will show you the session that the Asian session may trade into. I mean, that doesn't necessarily it will. I mean, especially if the AM session is like way down there, it may not trade into it. It may just go end up trading sideways. So where is the AM session? What are you talking about, the AM session? I mean, in the morning session, blah blah blah. So this is the entire day right now. I just wanna make sure I zoom out a little bit so you can see. So if you take a look at this, like we're talking about from 6 a.m. and look at that, 7:01. We have a big spike over here. Did I mention that early in the live stream? Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. You're always gonna get a big spike. Yeah, funny you get the same thing too at 8:30. I wonder what that is. Is that a coincidence? Yeah, if you don't have experience looking at it, trading it, you will not know. See, here's the spike I'm talking about. Yeah, on my thing it says 7:01, but it's 7 a.m. If I take a look into the Thinkorswim, it's gonna say 7 a.m. So this is the spike I'm talking about. Alright, for the people watching in the vertical, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at all this work I'm doing. So here you go. 7 a.m. Big spike. 7:01 right here. That also happened at 6 a.m. That also happened at 4:50 p.m., which just recently happened. It's the same thing that happened here. Okay. It's not a coincidence. I know you may say, "Oh, there's a spike here. What about that one?" No, this is it right here. That's what matters. It's quiet, and then boom, spike. Okay, and everybody will throw the stop loss down here. You're out. And let's go into 8:30. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more spectacular things on that. Yep, quiet, and then boom, spike. And then after that, trade below. Ooh, 9:30. Even you want to say 9:31. Like I was saying, when you get closer to 26,053, you should see something similar to this. If you don't see something similar to this here at 9:30, if you don't see something similar to this, it's just gonna get there lazily and then just drop off. Okay, you wanna see a big acceleration when you get closer to that relative equal high on the daily at 26.53. It's gonna get there. Take time. All right, yeah. So the Asian session. So we have the morning session here. Started like around 7 a.m. right here. Okay, this is the reason why I wanted to talk about that. Grab my fib. The lowest low into the morning session is here. Drag it up. The morning session end around 11:30, but we can take it all the way till noon. Okay, so this I'll just keep it right here. Then after that it started to drop off. Okay, so this is the AM session. And this is the afternoon session. Looking compared to the morning session, it looks like trash. Okay, so what I'm saying is more than likely when this Asian session start around 6 p.m., you may see something like this. Let me use that arrow line here. So let's just say it open here at 6 p.m. and let me scroll down to this side here. You may end up seeing something very similar to this. It's either gonna trade right on top of this, right on top of the AM session, or it's gonna trade down below to the 50% of the AM session. Okay, up to that. Doesn't mean he has to necessarily get there, but he may be drawn into the 50% of that New York AM session. And then start going up, go sideways, start going up, like on London session, we start at around 1:30 a.m. all the way until 6 a.m. And all this is New York local time. Okay, it is not your local time. I want you to put your time into New York Eastern Standard Time. Every time I talk about the time is New York Standard Time, EST. Okay, Eastern Standard Time. New York hours, Philadelphia. Pick one of the cities. Okay, so it's gonna trade into that, go sideways, go up, and then tomorrow morning we go much higher and higher. Okay, so with that being said, this is what I'm talking about. This is the range that the Asian session may trade into. It may get here, it may get there, it may get all the way there. My thing is, when the midnight open, at midnight when it opens, you want to make sure that if you're gonna go long, you go below the midnight session at the midnight open, and then you start riding it back up. I would not. Can you hear me? I would not rush in right now to go long. Okay, so I would be careful with that. I mean, and as you can see right now, it did all that move up, so it's just gonna keep doing the same thing until it just die off somewhere here. So I mean, unless there's a big news coming from Japan, or there's a WAR that's happening, or unless Trump tweeted something, then this is more than likely the electronic trading session. This is what they will most likely do. Sometimes I could be wrong. It could trade all the way up and start going sideways, but I don't see it. Okay. Yeah, I think I said I was going to be here for a good 30 minutes. This is like an impromptu live stream. I'm trying to keep things a little bit short and sweet because I know people have very short attention span. So I try not to cram and do a long live stream and stuff like that. So I try to keep it short and concise as possible. I try to see if I can drop a little bit more shorts rather than long live streams. So, and I'm trying to see if I can get to my economic calendar here. And everybody is on the live stream, please click the like button. We're getting close to Christmas, and yes, I will be live streaming again tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. don't feel like you missed out on anything. Yeah, so I'm not showing up today to cancel tomorrow's. I wanted to come earlier, to be honest with you, but the price action was so lackluster. I was like, nah. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow. What does tomorrow look like? Yeah, nothing too exciting tomorrow. So yeah, so we have a lot of note and bond action today. Usually the day before bond action, you usually get a lot of lackluster performance. You have usually have a lot of price going sideways. So tomorrow we have jobless claim at 8:30. Then it's gonna be quiet for the rest of the week. So and then Thursday, nothing going on, and then Friday, yeah, nothing going on here. So that's where we are right now. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. All right. Oh, yeah, I dragged this to the wrong screen. I'm sorry. I'll get it back. Ugh, it's making it harder for me. I should love technology. All I'm trying to do is drag, man. I'm just trying to drag this along. Alrighty. Yes. So we have a lot of people feeling greedy. uh, isn't that nice? A lot of people are feeling greedy at this point. Anybody has any reason why they are feeling greedy? Oh, yeah, that's right. The VIX is dropping. I didn't even check the VIX yet, but I already know. If the greed is really high, that means the VIX is dropping. Oh, what do you know? I mean, it is so predictable. These things. Really? All right. So taking a look at the VIX, it's been dropping since Friday. Dropping, 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 dropping. Looks like it might tick up. Well, actually, it looked like it ticked up a little bit, but nothing to see here. Yep, keep on dropping. So that's why the greed index is so high. Okay, so it looks like the ES and the NQ, they are, they are in sync. The dollar is also dropping slowly but steadily. Alright, so let us take a look at the seasonal tendencies to see where we are, to see if that seasonal tendency is any help to us or not. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so taking a look at the seasonal tendency, it looks like right on cue there. So today is the 23rd. At this point, it should be turning around to rise up. Okay, but it looks like he had an early start. So, mm, not too bad. Again, aiming for this relatively cool high over here. Is the seasonal tendency helpful at this point? Maybe you can say so. You could have said, okay, yeah, well, it's gonna go up like right around December 23rd. You could have said, okay, the on December 23rd is gonna go up, and all the way up until this December 25th. Yeah, seasonably, Christmas rally, Santa rally. It looks like it's right on par, right on time. I mean, it seems like since if I can get the cursor to get there, looks like since last week after the Fed's announcement, quantitative easing is back. The market is gonna keep roaring back up. So yeah, so if you have any what do I call that? Not auction, options. If you have any options available, now is probably a good time to put in your options, like a long call. Yeah, I would have done that last week. I mean, I did put a couple options call, but it was very small, so it was insignificant. I don't trade option as much. Option is much more complicated. You have this time decay, you have delta, you have volatility. Yeah, it's a lot to keep track of. I think that's about all we got today. So last week I covered the Banner cycle. That was a good live stream there. If you missed it, it's this one here. It is saying that the one in 2026, you're scheduled to make the market scheduled to go up and make some more money. When you coincide that with quantitative easing coming back, you have the AI bubble. I mean, not the AI bubble. You have the AI race. I will say coming up here. So there's might be a good opportunity in 2026 to sell some stocks and then wait for it to drop again and trying to get back in there. It says here in 2035, it might be a year of panic. I think, in my humble opinion, it might come a lot sooner than that with all this WAR going on in the far eastern side of the globe. So we have that going on. So I think 2032 is when we're gonna have some panic. Uh, Maybe 2029, but I think most people are kind of anticipating 2029 as the 100-year anniversary of this Great Depression. So they're gonna do anything to kind of prop it up to make sure that whoever's betting against the market they're gonna lose their shirt. Yeah, you gotta think like these people think. Yeah, like most people are gonna anticipate a crash in 2029. It may happen, but if you're gonna bet against the market, then what they're gonna do is just pop it up. Just like a lot of people think in 2020 the market is gonna go, not even the market, the whole world is gonna go in hell in a handbasket. What did we get? A rapid V-shaped recovery. So in 2029, you might get a deception just like that, just like what happened in 2020. So be careful. So that's the Banner cycle. There's a lot of cycle out there, so that's the one I wanted to share. I think I'm staying a lot longer than I need to. I need to bail and get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. See you.